People think being rich is directly associated with one's surroundings, environment, and luck. But what if it's about how you're thinking that, how you view your environment and opportunities? What if the thing that separates wealthy people from the poor isn't luck but attitude? We are visiting to tell you about the 10 billionaire mindset that helps you positively change your lifestyle, so you will make 2022 your year. Billionaires do share some characteristics, and people characteristics are what make them billionaires. And yes, you'll actually cultivate these characteristics. Because the foremost important thing a billionaire has could be a growth mindset rather than a set one. It means you ought to not believe the intrinsic abilities, but rather within the abilities you acquire as you reside in knowledge different situations. But, of course, this doesn't mean that only by developing these billionaire mindsets will you become a billionaire. It is not the sole step you would like to require so as to become one in every of them, but it's the foremost crucial one. After all, you cannot just think sort of a billionaire. You've got to act like one too. Top 10 life-changing billionaire mindset traits. Billionaires think differently, but they're not, in their essence, different from the bulk. This implies with building the needed attitude and performance, anyone can have the possibility to enter the planet of the rich. Performance and exertions are something you would like to hide on your own. But we are visiting provide you with an outline of the foremost crucial billionaire mindset in order that you realize the overall requirements. These mindsets won't directly earn you money. They're going to simply make the route to creating money more easily discernible for you. 1. Billionaires view failure differently. If you're thinking that billionaires have not failed before, or never fail normally, you're brooding about some imaginary billionaires that haven't existed. Rich people fail too. It's just a matter of getting a distinct attitude towards it, and thus viewing failure as a chance to be told, and take a breath to begin again more powerfully. Having a billionaire mindset is to look at failure as a stop within the middle of the thanks to rest and regain your energy for occurring, not a block within the way that keeps you from occurring forever. Bill Gates, the primary name that involves everyone's mind when wondering the wealthiest people within the world, is a superb example of this mindset. He wasn't a born billionaire. And he dropped out of high school and college, not just any college, Harvard. Moreover, his company had a failed truck and was accused of stealing. Yet today, we doubt if he pays for everyone's college and tuition, he still would have enough money to measure a cushy life. And this man himself states, "It's one to celebrate success, but it's more important to heed the teachings of failure." It is best to undoubt from Gates and not only enjoy the victory of your success, but also learn the way to show your failures into success. 2. Billionaires never quit. Persistence is vital. It's probably the foremost important thing that got billionaires to where they are now. What if William Henry Gates gave up when his company was accused of stealing? What if Elon Musk gave up when he was rid as PayPal's CEO? Would they still be holding their current position if they gave up with the primary hardship that came their way? The apparent answer is no. Think of this as digging the bottom for locating gold. Will you continue on something valuable if you get tired within the middle of digging up? The sole thanks to get what you would like is to stay digging until you discover it. If you stop because the stones are too hard, you're never visiting get your hands on gold. This, of course, doesn't mean you never should change the course of your action. Sometimes, underneath the place you're digging is not any gold in the least. That the sooner you realize this is often better. Not forsaking means not yield on the hunt for gold. Instead, place yourself on a special ground. Try digging for gold in an exceedingly different location. 3. Billionaires take risks. We aren't trying to mention that so as to become a billionaire, you wish to be reckless without a backup plan. This billionaire mindset simply helps you set far from the fear of losing and getting out of your financial temperature. Don't move out of your thanks to win, but provides it all you bought and have the courage to face the music. What is essential in taking risks is to think about all the long-run possibilities as acceptable. Whether or not you invest in something that doesn't get you billions of dollars, it sure teaches you something that leads you the proper way. It changes your perspective and guides you so you learn back the money you lost. It's important to not be terrified of investing its slow energy and resources on something with the potential after one failed investment. Because as we said, with the correct mindset, failure eventually turns into success too. 4. Billionaires aren't terrified of big goals. How many times have you ever thought of trying for a particular goal but threw away the thought because it sounded so impossible? A billionaire mindset dictates that you simply must think beyond small successes. Extend your horizon. Take small steps, but move forward for a much bigger purpose. Because if you can't convince yourself to realize a goal in your imagination, how does one manage to attain it in real life? Maybe it's a wonderful opportunity to quote Donald Trump on this. If you're visiting Be Thinking Anything, then you would possibly likewise think big. So let your imagination run wild. Remind your subconscious of your lifelong dream frequently. If you think that enough about it, eventually, you may reach some extent where you wish to require action. We can understand this if we hear Jack Ma, the 56-year-old Chinese business magnate with an net worth of over $46.9 billion, saying, "We're never in lack of cash. We lack people with dreams who can die for those dreams." 5. Billionaires know they're chargeable for their choices. Taking responsibility for the results your work produces is another billionaire mindset that may change your life for the higher. If the result's not for you, explore for the explanations inside yourself, not within the outside world. Billionaires don't blame their failures on their environments, condition, and people. Instead, they believe regardless of the reason for his or her setback is, it will be found in themselves and is simply enhanced by the surface world. This may seem unfair and untrue in some situations, especially once you want to believe that you simply did nothing wrong. But it's highly effective because your surroundings and condition don't change that quickly. Your inner attitude and perspective are lots easier to vary. You can't control how others view your setbacks, but you'll be able to control your own outlook. If you improve and take hold, you'll make yourself believe that your success isn't up to anyone but you. In this fashion, once you take responsibility for poor results and own your failures, you're absolved to turn those results into a positive source of motivation anytime you would like, per your preferences. 6. Billionaires don't believe predestined destiny. Let's be honest. If you persist living your life thinking everything is written down before you were even born, you'll never feel motivated enough to try and do anything. Believe God's plan if you wished it, but believe more in your plan. Even better, believe that the divine plan can change consistent with your plan with enough motivation and toil. There is a giant difference between folks that accept life as uncontrollable and use it as an excuse to sit down around, do nothing, and take whatever that comes their way, and folks who accept life as uncontrollable, but only partly, and take a look at their best to require charge of the items they'll control. Unexpected events happen in everyone's life. Plans change, but it doesn't mean you've got to be depressed over not having any control over your life. Billionaires know that and check out to look at any unexpected change, any unforeseen situation, and any sudden problem as a challenge to be and be better. They use any change to their advantage. That's what makes them billionaires. Developing a billionaire mindset is to believe your future is constructed on your own decisions, not the selections the globe has made for you. Nobody is destined to be poor or rich. And also the great thing about's not set in stone, so anyone can change it. 7. Billionaires believe money. More precisely, billionaires believe the existence of cash. They know wealth is abundant within the world. Of course, it's not distributed equally, but it's enough for everybody if everyone knows the proper thanks to earn it. In this case, here is what's different between the rich and also the poor. The rich know that cash is near them, somewhere. In order that they focus their abilities, skills, reason, and knowledge on earning it. The poor think money is difficult, sometimes even impossible to earn, only because they're not focusing their time and energy on its best accessible source near them that matches their skills and knowledge. American businessman Robert Kiyosaki confirms this by telling us, making money is good judgment. It's not rocket science. But unfortunately, when it involves money, good judgment is unusual. So you see, making money is all about how you think that and the way you are doing. And you cannot have best if you are doing not think well. 8. Billionaires are detailed. No matter how great your idea is, what quantity potential it's, or what number problems it solves, only the small print can prevent after you get to the purpose of executing your plan. The general map of your business plan is what gets you within the game of creating money. But everyone incorporates a general plan. What makes your whole project authentic and unique? What draws attention to your work is how precise and on point your project is due to how well all the main points move. So agonize about absolutely everything, irrespective of how small a controversy is. Furthermore, a small, unnoticed problem can sometimes jeopardize the whole project. Think about it during this way. Your business's big plan is sometimes not completely visible to your customers. Only you and your employees can see the many changes that occur behind the scene. However, small efforts to mend minor problems and little changes that enhance the interaction with users or customers are easily seen. Your visiting be remembered thanks to the large project as an entire, but it had been the detailed brainstorming that made your project possible. 9. Billionaires are cautious about spending. As we said before, one billionaire mindset is to require risks. But it doesn't mean you're liberal to act recklessly, especially not with money. When investing during a new project or startup, it's evident that billionaires don't have any financial issues. However, they consider ways to spend less on the project. Using few resources at the start of a project breeds innovation and creativity. And innovation and creativity are what make the new startup flourish. Another aspect of billionaires acquiring a broken mindset is to spend less and invest more. It is best to quote Warren Buffett, the American investor and business tycoon, CEO of Berkshire Hathaway with a net worth of over $109.4 billion in 2021, who says, "Do not spend what's left after spending, but spend what's left after saving. Be wise with money. Remember that your ultimate goal isn't to seem rich but to be rich." 10. Billionaires help people. The best thanks to make money is once you recognize an issue in society, an issue that the majority people face, and so use your resources to supply the answer on an outsized scale. So you help people, and also the way you help people helps you create more cash. That is why helping people brings you wealth, which is why Peter Diamandis, founder and chairman of the X Prize Foundation, says, "The best thanks to become a billionaire is to assist 1 billion people." It has an affordable and simple logic behind it. You're not just selling anything, you're selling solutions. And people-sold solutions not only help people have a higher life, but they also bring more wealth to you. Cultivating these billionaire mindsets takes lots of your time and wishes lots of practice, but it definitely affects how you view life. And billionaires are billionaires because they view life differently. Fortunately, now with the assistance of influential rich people or people that interact with them regularly, we all know how different their perspective is.